the main reasons which is worth mentioning when it comes to praising the series is the wonderful cast the studio managed to gather up. Yes, they are all amazing, but fans are also eager for some other actors to replace somebody on the show, to have a little diversity, or a more suiting role for another actor, and also some new characters involved with some new members added to the cast. And today, we have some actors who didn't make the list for the casting in The Mandalorian so far. Number 10, Jon Hamm.
You got a job at my company so you could try to tag.
Back in 2015, on Saturday Night Live, aired a compilation of fake audition tapes for Star Wars: The Force Awakens, where it featured celebrities trying out for various roles. A member of these celebrities was also Jon Hamm. And even though they were fake, his interest to play a character in the Star Wars universe is no joke. He has some real intentions, a desire to which he has been seen and heard vocal about on many occasions. He also managed to land a Boba Fett's voice in an audio version of the anthology book Star Wars from a certain point of view. But it is still not enough for him. And as fans saw his involvement, they were posting everywhere of him as part of the cast of some Star Wars movie. And with The Mandalorian being so big right now, many have suggested that he joins the cast in the future. As many say, it would be the perfect way to see his dream come true. Number 9, Sofia Vergara.
Pablo Escobar Elementary School. You were pulled out of.
Ever since she debuted in the movie industry, and after seeing her part of the 11-season cast of the hit ABC sitcom Modern Family, we can all see she can be a prominent talent in the world of comedy. She has 4 Golden Globe nominees under her belt, and it should be nice to see her in a more dramatic part of the industry. Fans all over the world have been suggesting she play a part in this show run, and directed by her husband, Jon Favreau. However, fans have seen the chance of her being part of the Mandalorian cast in a more subtle yet impactful role, like a mystery villager that has part in Mando's journey, or maybe even an authority figure, and play a more crucial part. So far, no news have been released of her joining the cast, but fans are eager to see her for sure. Number 8, Seth MacFarlane.
One of these mints.
Those are marbles. We're giving you.
If you ask the fans who is next in line to be part of the cast of The Mandalorian, many would suggest Seth. Some would even go as far as saying that he is on the first place to become a part of Star Wars property. If you count the unaired animated self-parody series, Star Wars Detours. From what we have seen so far, he is a lifelong fan of the franchise, and has poked at it many times in his career, both in Family Guy and in Robot Chicken. In the latter, voicing a disgruntled Emperor Palpatine. There isn't much outside of this that he needs to do to earn a role on The Mandalorian, other than freeing up his busy schedule. There were also some rumors of a crossover episode with his Star Trek-inspired sitcom, Orville, which is not out of the picture, so we will have to wait and see what happens next. Number 7, Zazie Beetz. One person who has become as close to Chris Pratt when speaking about the transition from a TV comedy to becoming a hero, and that person is Zazie Beetz, with her portrayal of the Domino character in the Deadpool 2 movie. Since then, fans have been curious about where her heroic chops would take her. Maybe in a galaxy far, far away? With that in mind, she would be the extra help that Mando needs in his endeavors. Perhaps she can be revealed as someone from a side character's past, as an example of a shock trooper who Cara Dune used to know. Knowing her by now, when her career is taken into account, and according to the fans, she has probably reserved a spot and the right to play a badass character in the future, maybe even in The Mandalorian. Only time will tell. Number 6, Sigourney Weaver. Like what Jamie Lee Curtis is to horror movies, and Ellen Ripley in the Alien franchise, and also what Dr. Grace Augustine is in Avatar, Sigourney can be considered as the highest-ranking member of the Space Queens, and thus, when you think about it, a role in The Mandalorian, when you think about it, is a perfect fit for her. Considering she already battled the Queen alien in the 80s, She might be close to playing a queen of some alien race with which Mando finds himself at odds with in the future probably. And if you had to incorporate this 71-year-old actress in the Star Wars universe, then this should be the perfect place for her character. And it is also hard to believe it hasn't been done yet. So, she might be closer to being cast in The Mandalorian sooner than we think or predict. Number 5. Bob Odenkirk.
Sequences, not have a stuntman just fill in for.
When speaking of prominent names in comedy, Bob Odenkirk is someone who has shined many times up until now. He has also shown some of his dramatic skills in the recent years. And yes, there is nothing wrong with starting out just a bit smaller. But he is yet to receive a big budget role in a blockbuster movie. As a reunion with Jon, who directed an episode of The Office in which Bob guest starred, he might be closer to scoring yet another guest role in the Mandalorian series, large or small. So with that in mind, we might see him as a bounty of Mando, a client of his, or even one other possibility which we would all want to see, and that is a character given to him, one that is an old colleague of Moff Gideon, to bring back to life their relationship they had in the series Breaking Bad, and its prequel series Better Call Saul. And this would also be a good thing in the series to relieve the tension on occasion from all the stressful and nail-biting events happening everywhere. Number 4. Bruce Willis.
There's nothing that I can do, is that what you're saying? Can I have faith?
Bruce Willis is known for many roles throughout his career, but the one he's most famous about is his character of blowing stuff up. And this is just the kind of energy that fans around the world would want to see him bring to the cast of The Mandalorian, as he might be closer to it than you think. Keeping this in mind, a veteran Mandalorian bounty hunter would fit him perfectly. It would go well with his other characters, and a role like this would not be out of the ordinary for him by any chance. His voice only appears in The Orville, which suggests that he would rather remain unseen. Then the role of a Mandalorian bounty hunter who always wears a helmet is the right, nay, the perfect role for him. Number 3. Titus Welliver.
I was the Man in Black, aka the Smoke Monster on.
Titus Welliver is only one of the few who managed to get cameos in the Mandalorian series, and even though those were few minutes of screen time, many of the fans were quick on their feet to recognize his glory. He showed up as the radical Imperial officer working with Giancarlo Esposito's Moff Gideon. He is the one piloting the ship which Mando and Bo-Katan infiltrate. Once both of them are inside, he starts to shoot the other officers in order to crash the ship. Rather than being captured, however, he shows that he knows something about Gideon's darksaber, and before Bo-Katan can get something out of him, he activates some cyanide-like death pill and dies. However, this might not be the end of it, as we have seen many characters brought back to life with a miracle behind the scenes. So, don't be surprised if you see him in the future of the series, portraying some other role, behind a mask even, as he is very familiar with the cast and can adapt very well. Number 2. Natalia Tena. She is Tonks from Harry Potter, and also Asha from Game of Thrones, but her newest cameo is in space. She managed to fly off the ground in a galaxy far, far away. Tena played Xian. She is a mercenary who has a romantic past with the Mandalorian's resident single dad. Huge props to her for the role, as she played it very well. She managed to pull off the alien makeup, but also the strong lip during her conversations in the cameo. She was also the one who brought out the more human side of Mando during the first season of the show. So, with that before us, don't get surprised if we see her again in the future reprising her role, as she has somewhat of a big connection to Din Djarin. After all, he is not that close to many people, as we have seen from the past. Number 1. Amy Sedaris.
Let's look at your ship.
When it comes to peak performance by the guest stars who got a cameo in the series, and the one who is most likely to become more than just a cameo star, it's Amy Sedaris, and her role as Pele Mato, a caregiver for Yoda, and also a hardened mechanic by profession. She fits perfectly in the role, as she is not even acting, she is her own self, with a little grit by her side. She also engages with the world of Star Wars with some semi-ironic detachment and amusement. Yes, she is in outer space, but she is not abandoning her trademark quirks. So, Amy is as close as you can get to be part of the cast for the future of the series. No one has come closer than where she is, so we would personally be surprised if she doesn't get more screen time, as she deserves it the most. On a related note, how many of these actors would you want to see in the series? Let us know down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching and staying with us until the end. And if you would like some more videos like this in the future, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them.